Hello folks and welcome back to our final map of the evening. It's aTTaX versus Team GoodJob. Here we are of course on sunny side Mirage. It's going to be an interesting final map of course. aTTaX I'd say by far the stronger team, but they've been pretty shaky tonight. I don't actually know what the result was in MDL, so hopefully you guys maybe in the chat can let me know, but definitely yeah, curious to see if they can kind of hold it together. It seems like they've been a little all over the place to say the least, and I'm actually just going to abuse HDD again quickly here just to double check. Just kind of how that went for them. No, that's it. Yeah, okay, it was a close game, but they did pull through on the other side. At least there's that. Keto still taking down one already. It's going to be a quick trade that does come through, but it looks like Keto may be good for even more, just to push up through jungle, get nice and aggressive. It's easy, nice and surprising as always, but yeah, aTTaX should be fairly comfortable here now. They know the position of, I'd like to think, every single player outside a box. So just Lollipop, really. He's getting a lot done from apps. He's going to be shut down, but it's a 1v1. Lollipop is pretty good stead here. Yeah, follows it through to the side as well. That's a pistol for GoodJob, and definitely don't think they're complaining about that at all. So far, so good. Want to go for that second round as well, of course. aTTaX investing into this one. Hunden has a FAMAS. This is interesting. Not sure if this will work out, but I guess we'll see. Lollipop onto the site. Keto able to sneak in one with the Deagle, but it is just a quick shooting range at this point for Lollipop and his AK. Just repeak after repeak. Nothing that aTTaX can really do. Hunden able to do a little bit with this FAMAS, but definitely I'm not screaming that that was a worthwhile purchase. It just didn't really work out, did it? Looks like GoodJob may well have just been handed a golden ticket to the B site. They are just going to come flying on out. Simple as that. The site is theirs. I think aTTaX aren't going to give themselves up to anyone here as well. I don't imagine they're going to want to feed these SMGs too much. So far, only giving up a kill here and there. Coffee did still want away with the AK, but yeah, for the most part, it seems like they're fairly sorted. Hunden is going to do a bit of damage with the FAMAS. That's an upgrade for him as well if he wants to just lean forward for the AK. Good for a second, taking down Coffee. Now we're starting to get a little bit more nerve-wracking. So much damage being done to this T side. They finally do escape, and we do see a bit done by the UMP. I think there's 2 kills for it, so an extra $600 or so, but even then, definitely shouldn't be seeing that much done. Fair play to Hunden, making the FAMAS work in that third round, which is a little later than what we kind of expected, but yeah, finally found its benefit. Couple of flashes, find their way over, but nothing too fanciful. It's just going to be good job, kind of finding their way across the whole map, really. Got a bit of solo aggression coming out on towards B. Same sort of story towards A as well, kind of seeing that from Lollipop in the Palace side of things. You've got Coffee on ramp, albeit he's a little bit further back than his teammate. It really is all just the same thing. Obviously, GoodJob's predominantly focused on mid. There's 2 players there just to take those battles against the likes of Hunden and Searson. Oh, walking out ramp, ballsy play. 6 HP is what you escape on, but it works out so well. Lollipop is going to be good for 1, but instantly traded really puts GoodJob in just dire situations. The 2v4, no map control. You basically have to hit B here, right? Yeah, it's going to be the textbook response and they go straight towards the B site, and I think, in ultimate fairness to aTTaX, if I can say that, then I think they definitely know that, because, you know, all things considered, I'm pretty terrible. So yeah, they know what's coming. They're just going to be set up for it. Citizen's going to find 1. The rest burning the flames as the molly is a little bit problematic, and from there, it's a round for aTTaX. Bit of a battle forging itself in towards mid. Loving this elevated position towards the tip of bricks, but you gotta be so careful about how you play that as well. Just as much information as it gives you, it makes you also just as spottable. But in fairness to aTTaX, their CT side is looking rock solid in this round, and in the previous 2. Every peak seems calculated, every peak having the impact it needs. Only seeing little shards of light here and there from the T site, and even then it's quickly dealt with. Coffee sneaking in 1 final kill with a CZ, but I don't imagine him doing much more. Cycling around for the bomb, picks himself up the AK, while then dipping in towards ramp. Makes a lot of noise getting there, then shuts up completely. And just goes to a bit more of a silent play coming back out. We have to bear in mind he's 11 HP, so 1 shot anywhere on his body, and he's a dead man. You'll see that coming to a vect as he walks out on towards A. I don't imagine he'll get away with the plant unless we see super, super passive play. And with that sort of noise being made, definitely not. If he gets away with the plant, I'd be surprised. I mean, okay, so Stefan doesn't peek him. Guess he wants to play it together. Not sure if Hunden has the same idea, but I guess we'll see. Coffee. Getting a bit of damage off, and then just instantly withdrawing through CT now. Think he's tucked under the ticket booth. Hunden just going to drop the smoke onto the bomb. Now he's got a kit, so he could just try and get on it straight away, but that's a predictable angle to find. That's one of the reasons why the bomb was planted there. Thought it would be Hunden that strikes out and makes it less of a team play situation, but it was in fact Stefan CT, I believe it was, which is less than ideal. Slowly creeping up through short. A little bit of damage here and there, but nothing too crazy. Hunden actually going to lose his life, but still, it's just pistols, so I don't really want to read too far into it. What'll be interesting is just looking at the future rounds of aTTaX really on their CT side, just seeing, okay, you know, how are you going to approach this game? Because overall, I think actually they felt fairly solid in both those rounds, but the way they approached that 2v1 was a little bit off in terms of just basic team play. But overall, everything before that felt pretty good, so I think that might be a bit of an outlier, and you know what? into our 6th round here, going into what will be round 7. We've got a lot of rounds of CS to play, so not done just yet. Looks like this round also is living up to the hype. It's 35 seconds. The bomb has been dropped. Keto having a bit of an impact, but Coffee will take him down, leaving just around 7 HP. Now we're starting to understand that this one is done. Here we go though, 5-1. Good job, feeling very comfortable on their T side, but Ultimate aTTaX definitely haven't played all their cards just yet. Just a nice little nade, a bit of damage towards underpass. Just holding for that peak towards B, but getting given absolutely nothing just yet. Might start to see like a slow sort of shoulder peek, but not too sure. Hunter's going to come back and support them anyway, so at least they can play it out together. Either way, still standing at a 5v5. Only a scratch of damage done. And with a minute left, GoodJob are going to have to start to make some sort of inkling. Some sort of play. Of course, getting all this mid control, we can easily see that they're going to hit up through short. Hunden completely smoked off as well, means he can do absolutely nothing. Basically, just got to rush to the site, see if he can help Stefan. The answer is, yeah, a bit too late. 20 HP, instantly left with nothing. Now we're going to lose his life as well. Tearson at least coming in, but how much can he do on this cross? Lollipop on short as well. Got to be careful. Gives himself up to Keto. Keeping numbers nice and sparse for GoodJob. Tearson just going to come around the corner. Flicks back for one. HellCase is going to trade. And just Keto on short. Position now known as he has taken down HellCase, but Coffee, he's going to be there just to hold the angle, but Keto going to win it out anyway. 3 kills for him. And most importantly, he has the run of the site. Can he go back, pick up an AWP? Of course he can. From there, hop straight on the defuse. You get yourself 2 to 5. You got yourself an AWP. You can drop to Tearson. Overall, a pretty solid comeback from them. Tearson, really the player I'm watching here, just thrusted into the spotlight by the fact that he's got his AWP back. And throughout the whole of today, really, he's been on fire with it as well. So I really just want to see what he can do to kind of keep this game competitive. There you go, Arian. Sorry, I wasn't looking at Twitch chat, so I didn't see. I live my life off of the sidebars, so we don't notice these things. Still, though, looking at Tearson, looking at his position, he's towards CT. Lollipop has just sent Keto packing there with a 1D. Got a second on towards Ekford. Finally, Tearson is able to step up, though. Finds himself the initial kill, and Hunden working with him. Means that it will be a quick 2 for 1. Downside is, they're already on B, right? They thought it was an A play the whole time thanks to Coffee, but no, it was going to be B. Tearson then tries to kind of hop around, see what's going on, at which point he's going to be taken down. Hunden Then shot down by Coffee as well. The bomb's ticking on B, the duels are happening on A. It's just a bit of madness, but it's perfect for GoodJob. And just look at the economy of alternate attacks. It doesn't get better than that. You win one, you lose two. You win one, you lose two. If alternate attacks keep up like this, or even win one, lose three, this gets really good for GoodJob really quickly. Coffee, Lollipop, both going to put in the work. Got a tap on away, but nothing really going to come of that just yet. Keto. Oh, pop with a CZ, though. Should be good for one right there and then. Picks up an AK for his troubles. A pretty good deal for him. I'm not quite happy with that. Will respond, but it is going to be the Glil that pushes one out to the final side of GoodJob, as I don't see this being a 1v3, and if he does push into market, I think he might already be a dead man walking, just because of what we're seeing here, this kind of push around the corner. Looks like they're holding for now, but any sort of peek, Keto pretty much should be dead. Make a bit of noise, but without a kit buddy, it's just not going to happen. The goal here should be just to escape with the AK, but Box, he's got your number written all over the barrel of that AWP. Just holding for it, but decides actually not to peek it, instead drops back, and thought for a second he swapped guns there, but no, thankfully keeping the AWP and keeping GoodJob rolling, most importantly, is it's going to be 7-2, and it should really be 8-2 as well, when you take a look at the money that alternate attacks still have to spend. It's going to be that A-site stack. GoodJob are walking right into it. The flashes are good though, leaves them completely blind. All they got to do is just use these AKs to finish them off. So far so good. It's two quick kills for them. Looking for 3 and 4. They're stacked up, but yeah, it's pretty much getting sorted for them. Keto, a little surprising. The AK that he has picked up is doing a lot of damage. They nearly line up, but unfortunately his bowling skills not quite on point. Unable to land the spray. And it will go 8-2. Now this is the big buy for alternate attacks. They can't afford to cock this one up. They really need it to work, otherwise the scoreline rapidly starts to fall out of control for them. If this game goes 9-2, even 10-2, you start to really worry if they can even possibly bring it back. Couple of smokes, couple of flashes, but nothing too crazy. aTTaX not even going for anything aggressive either. They're really just sitting back. The only kind of, I guess the keystone of this setup is the 4 players dedicated towards A with no real presence in mid. You got 2 players towards Shadow, which honestly we've seen that about 6 times today, and I think it's worked. It's failed 5 times and worked once. So I don't know if I'm too confident on it. It really depends on the play that GoodJob go for, obviously. Whether they're really going to be checking for it and testing it. All it takes is one good molly and then a good flash, and they're basically completely... They're basically wrecked, like. They're the easiest way to describe it. Looks like Box may well get himself an early peek as well if Searson continues to walk on further forward. Which he will. That opens up the entire B site. Now, GoodJob don't know this, but... yeah, it works out rather well for them. The maneuver of that bomb also, I think, might start to prompt them to hit B. I wouldn't be surprised if they did either, actually. It'd be such a good read from them if they were to. The unit rotation has come in, has been in the form of Hunden. And even then, like, just by taking mid control now is a significant win for them, given the fact that those two players are shadowed. Clearing all of connector, finding still absolutely nothing. They get themselves straight in towards jungle, clear that out. You've already taken down one in shadow. Just need to check it again, which they don't. That's where they can start to find some advantages on their CT side. You got Ekfin getting aggressive, finding a double kill, make it to all three. Hunden coming in through connector, should be able to take down box, and you got yourself a round. Alternate attacks find themselves their third out of thin air, all based on a ticket booth spray. 3 kills for Ekfin. Slow and steady. The idea behind the duel in mid. Hunden did get caught out, but it was down to the patience of box, just not rushing it, thinking it through. Waiting for those smokes to almost fade, just to give up a bit of skin at Hunden. That's where you can spot him really, just by seeing a leg or two through the smoke. Either way, we're going to start to see this collapsing play towards A. I don't know why we're looking at Stefan or Director. You're failing us today miserably. You're never usually this bad. I mean, you're pretty bad usually, but this is something else entirely. What's important, though, is the fact that bomb has been planted. And we got ourselves in a 5v4, and for aTTaX, 3 players CT, yeah, you don't want to see that. Like, that is just not what you want right now. Also, that flash just not worked, has it? Yeah, that's just not done you well. Leaving them all completely blind in CT. The Deagle does come out, sneaks in for 1. At this point, there's no touching that bomb, surely not. I mean, Coffee, like, he doesn't, like, Coffee's the only player right now that's needed. Everyone else is, it's kind of whatever. You can die, you can take a duel, but Coffee is just going to be standing there with the AK. Anyone that will come close, he could tap down. They don't save a thing because he's 3 HP. That bomb just kills him off straight away. Look at the economy of aTTaX now as well. Left with barely anything in the bank, just dollars to spare for maybe a pistol or 2. For GoodJob, they're really controlling this game. This should be 10-3, 11-3 easy. I would be shocked if this didn't go 12-3. So far so good, dealing with these pistols as well, just coming up through short. Nice spray, I like that. See, that's what Auto Director's good for, at least, right? It swaps to the sprays in those moments. Yeah, Warrior, well, we know he blinded himself with that flash. I know that's a bit of a dated response to you, but I feel like kind of has to be said, like, that's why the flash is the flash that, you know, it's just, I don't know how to explain it to you, man, but yeah. We all knew it was pretty rough. Bit of a tough fight in mid. Keto with 2. Pretty significant stuff, but HellCase is going to get aggressive, which pretty much means the A site is now theirs. Got a player in CT as well, that being Lollipop. I mean, aTTaX, you might have a man advantage, but you don't have the round at all. You still got to fight for this one. And you got some of your strongest players on GoodJob standing as well, so they're going to have to actually put some significant work in to make this actually happen. Like the fact they sent Hunden through ramp, though, that is going to be at least a positive part of things. They spotted both. Lollipop can play with HellCase. Nicely done, Hunden. The surprise factor. But he's got no kit. Nalvin's been spotted. Likely just to start swing on him, which they will. From there it goes 11-3. Few mollies. Oh, gonna come on over. The flash is good though. That's gonna be the important thing. I was waiting for that ramp flash, because if the ramp flash didn't come out, all the utility they just thrown, literally useless if they didn't throw that one flash. But they cleared it off. They got themselves the pick, and now they have to fall back, because I think that should really telegraph that, okay, they're playing that confidently close ramp. Is probably a stack, so they're gonna go check towards B, and that is the right call, because there's only one player there. That's the fan with the deagle. That should be a much easier round now for them to close as well. I'm going to see a bit of a duel towards short, actually, as Stefan has moved up. But arguably, this is better anyway. I mean, these rifles are definitely going to be much more comfortable within these sort of corridor-like angles. No nasty corners for him to hide behind. Smoke makes things a little more complicated. Lollipop actually now going to have the confidence to check the site, and this is just doing wonders for them. Suddenly he realizes, okay, boys, A's clear, just come through connector, as they've rotated all to B. Searson going to get caught by Lollipop in CT. Around just being moulded like putty on the GoodJob T side. No real response from alternate attacks just yet, and I'm not sure they'll be able to make one either. This may well just be a 12-3 half. Hunden just going to walk out through connector, but he'll be caught, much like his teammate. It's going to go 12-3. Nicely done to GoodJob. I think they did an exceptional start to the game, and overall a very controlling T side. For aTTaX, they just couldn't string anything together. That was their biggest flaw. Either way, time for our alternate attacks to show themselves on their T side. We're actually seeing a lot of presence from GoodJob towards the B side, with only one player over on A, that being Lollipop. So it is going to be a bit of this kind of retake style. Not totally sure how this will play out. I guess we're going to have to see. Obviously, the smokes have been thrown. Box finding a headshot through the smoke is just insulting, dude. Give them a break. They're trying to make this one work. Triple pushing CT. Oh, I'm not quite sure this is going to be good for you. The shot's not quite landing, though. Meaning it does work out, but Searson overstays his welcome. And they tap them down. Box, Coffee, both find themselves the kills. Box on 3. Leaving just Keto to try and hold down the site alone, his own little mini fortress with 3 players attacking it. This is going to be a tough one for him to handle. No kits, I have to get straight on the defuse. He finds one, looking for Coffee as well. He's being nipped at. Coffee, 5 seconds remain. Knife to come through. I'm not quite sure Coffee's got the time. I'm going to have to just hold on to this one and pray. I think he's just got away with it by the skin of his teeth. The Hobbit, man, you're totally right. That's actually caught me so many times this game. I was like, They did a good job. Wait, I can't say that. Like, it's that you catch yourself, right? Already Hamden gonna lose his life. The SMG's just gonna chew them up. aTTaX, they don't seem in this one. Like, they're just being given no chance. Seriously, give it a casual little run boost. Fair play to aTTaX for not just forcing this. Gonna play this one outright to the end, of course. 15-3 is pretty much where it's guaranteed to go. GoodJob just kind of annihilating them right now. I don't know if there's much more to it, to be honest. At least a positive start. 2 early headshots coming in from Stefan. Because actually deciding to peek into it means that a third is pretty likely. Just lollipop and coffee. All that remain. Coffee, are you going to go underpass as well? You going to give him a 4th? Surely not. I feel like it's, you know, you've had your fair share of underpass peaks now. Maybe it's time just to kind of let it go. Timing kind of works out for him. Does get a kill. Now here's all the steps coming towards B. Question is, does he know there are more coming behind him? I don't think he does. Using the molly to clear it out, spending so much time. Spotting Hunden though, that's a big kill to find. Fortunately, his teammate did fall, so the win condition really doesn't exist. And it is going to be ultimate aTTaX finding themselves their 4th. 11 rounds back to back. Currently what they need. I'm not quite sure that will happen, but you got to start somewhere. Already looking pretty comfortable, Searson. Actually chiming in for one. For aTTaX, they found themselves a bit of life in these final few rounds. The longer they have it, ultimately, is the more this game goes on for them. So in fairness, it's not impossible. Like, we've seen harsher comebacks. It's just about them playing their game and keeping it together. Keto going to try and do a little bit towards A, but doesn't really have the confidence to stick the peak. Coffee just creating a bit of noise while then leaving his teammate close with the Mag 7, and this is going to work wonderfully. Ekfin just going to walk up nice and close. Shotgun missing its shots though, which is less than ideal. Searson then taking down Coffee means the B site is completely clear. We've got ourselves on a 2v4 out of nowhere. 15-5, currently where we're at. Just pistols in play for GoodJob now. Starting to, I think, I feel the heat a little, for sure. I definitely think this is kind of the point in the game when you have to actually eco that you're like, alright, maybe we should start to really tighten up here and just get this done. No more of those slippery mistakes. Also looking for those double tap headshots here with the USPs. We're actually getting a good chunk of damage down through the smoke, and in fairness, Lollipop put Keto to 4 HP, Stefan to 25. Looks like they won't actually be able to follow up on any of that though, but I mean, it's still good damage nonetheless. Well, there you go, 15-6. Yeah, I think it might just be either the window capture or Twitch. We had a few issues with Twitch, but so yeah, this is the weird thing because it happens for some people, not for other people, and we had this the other day. I think it is just whenever we use the Paris Twitch servers. So I think we'll change to Amsterdam at some point. Obviously for tonight that's less useful, but in future. A good thing to remember, for sure. Obviously, good job here. Really trying to close this one out now. 2 players towards the top of mid, looking for that early information. Their weakness in their setup really is going to be this B site, though. That's my concern. Just the fact that anyone could walk through B apps and really just catch them by surprise. But I guess you could also say the same for A by anyone just walking out A ramp. They're just so heavily invested in towards mid. By the way, we'll see what happens. Stefan are already beginning to peek on up. Just going to be clearing towards connector. Instantly picked off by Ekis, who finds 2. Devastating kills. Now they will be quickly relocating towards A ramp, but we're seeing the rotations all come in from GoodJob. They know it's an A play. Fully aware of that fact. With players towards jungle and players heavily in CT, this may well be the beginning of the end. Lollipop to take down Hunden, leaving just Keto and Searson. Desperately trying to plant, but they're going to lose their life through the smokes. GG's going to come on out as GoodJob. Annihilate aTTaX 16-6. And there you have it, folks. Good job. What a performance from them for aTTaX. I don't want to say it. Sloppy stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe just not quite comfortable with the roster changes and such. Not exactly ideal. But it is what it is, folks. That is all from me today. I gotta say, it's a bit of a bumpy day for sure. Hopefully, you know, we struggled to find our heart and soul with some of the casting today, but hopefully you guys did enjoy it. It has been an absolute pleasure casting for you nonetheless. Of course, this has been Group A HellCase Cup. We did one little bets thing in between, but for most of the day, it's been a pretty HellCase infused day, and we had, what, 6 maps or so in total, I believe it was. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day, but nonetheless, I think we'll be back potentially tomorrow with more HellCase stuff, but we'll know once we know, and we'll let you guys know. In the meantime, it has been fun. I'll see you guys around. In the meantime, check out HellCase and be sure to yeah, give it a look.